I appreciate Jim and Carol having us today from Steubenville City Schools. I thought it was a phone conference, and I woke up this morning, and luckily I had a suit on today, so I'm good to go. And when I talked to Jim this morning, I looked on my GPS and found out that it was an hour and 15 minutes away, so I jumped in the car, and here I am today. So that shows the dedication that I have, but also to get out and voice all the good things that we do in our school system. This is my 27th year in the school system. I'm a proud graduate of Steubenville High School. I look at the kids that walk through our doors every single day as I greet them as they come through the door every single day. The superintendent knows, don't have a meeting at 8 o'clock in the morning because I'm going to be greeting the students at 8 o'clock in the morning. I think it's important. I come from poverty. I grew up with 8 kids in our family, dysfunctional house. Mom and Dad never graduated from high school, so I'm one of them. I look at them and I am them. And I'm the reason, I could be the reason why, if I listened to everybody that said I couldn't be successful, I wouldn't be standing here today. I'd be on the streets looking for food. Okay? But because of relationships, and the relationships that you're looking for, that's why we're successful. We talk to our teachers constantly about having positive relationships with kids. And we talk about, I listened to the Rita Pearson video, Be a Champion for a Kid. And we talk about, and every single day, when I heard Carol read this thing here, every day I read announcements. I think it's important that they hear my voice every single day, not because I have this great voice, but because I want them to know that someone cares about them, but I also want to start the message every single day. And this is one of my quotes that I use all the time. And I pick and choose quotes. I probably read 10, 12 a day, and I choose one. And it really fits what's going on really in our school, maybe what's going on in our town. Today, I talked about, my quote today was, if you don't ask, the answer's always no. If you don't take a step, you're in the same spot. So those are things I want to keep a simple approach to things, but also have our staff keep that simple approach. And I want them outside their doors every single day and welcoming the kids into the classroom. Being a champion for a kid, it is important. You may be the first smiling face that they see. When they dig in that clothes basket to find that dirty clothes that they put on and they come into your building, that's step one. We'll work with the tardy. We don't like you being tardy. It's not appropriate to be tardy, but also at the same time, we will work with you on that. What is your reason? Finding out. Again, it goes back to having relationships. What does this have to do with the state report card? Everything. Everything. Because if that kid doesn't feel that you care about them, if they don't think that you have their interests in best heart, this test means nothing to them. It means nothing to them. So we have about 700 students in our high school. 40% are white, 40% are black, 20% are mixed. So again, that's the makeup of it. We live in a very poor town. Okay? 100% free and reduced lunch. Our population of our city is 18,000. Our median income is 36,000. So very poor, very depressed area. You know, when the Youngstown mills left, the Steubenville's left, their mills left also. So, and we never found a way to come up with a different way to produce that income. Okay. So, but it is important for us, and if we look at the report card today, we're very proud of our report card. We are not proud of this. This is unacceptable. Okay. I heard Jim talk about, earlier today about the A's, B's, and C's. This is unacceptable. This is what our team of teachers, and that's how we approach it. We just had department meetings last week. How are we going to get better? You are not going to stay the same. I am not the same person that I was yesterday. How am I going to move forward? And that was, again, my thought for the day for the students as I read that this morning through announcements. We look at graduation rates. First of all, our culture in our school. Our culture in our school is that we have about 50% of our teachers are Steubenville High School graduates. So I don't need to talk about our school culture. I don't need to talk about hey, this is the Big Red Way, this is the way that we should be doing things. They grew up there. They went to school there. They know what the expectations are there. So those things are things, and I know when I go around and talk to different schools and different groups, I don't really have to sell that to our students. They know what Big Red Pride means. They know all of those things. We may have to re-emphasize some of those things, and we get into PBIS like a lot of you do and stuff like that, and again, trying to reinforce positive behavior and different things like that to make them a better person and make them a better student also. But if we look at our overall report card, it is a B right now. Achievement is a B. Progress is a B. Graduation rate, we had a meeting this morning before I left with the seniors. We have a class of about 155 seniors that are going to graduate. We had 30 seniors in a room like this. Those 30 seniors, we just started our second semester when we came back from Christmas break. They're on the verge of not graduating. So our graduation rate, it is saying, I think, it's 90, 95, 96% or whatever the case is. Those 30% of those 30 students are really, if they continue on the path that they've shown the first semester, they're not going to meet that. So we have to kind of give them a little kick in the butt a little bit, but give them a little bit of motivation. Why are you not doing those things? What can we do to get you past that point? A lot of our students don't come from parents that are being supportive and being supportive of education. So we have to step up as those role models. We have to do that every single day. I can't take a day off. That kid's still going to come back. I saw a girl at the front desk before I left today. I thought she moved. She reappeared today, and she was given all of these excuses why she's not at school. And very, very troubled youth. It was good to see her in school today. And again, our secretary is tell it like it is. It's that hard truth that she gives. But I think that is important too, and it goes back to those relationships. But prepared for success, what we have in Steubenville is we are not a big AP school. We have the good fortune of being a partner with Eastern Gateway Community College. And they are a big partner of ours. Out of 700 students, 271 students qualify for College Credit Plus. We are a big College Credit Plus school, and our main partner is Eastern Gateway Community College. The professors come into our building every day. 4 to 6 professors come into our building every single day. Not taking a job away from a teacher. The teacher's not certified. We do have some teachers that are certified, and they teach the classes. But with almost half of the students in our school took the Accuplacer, passed the Accuplacer, and are able to take college classes. 5 years ago, we couldn't say that. Okay, our philosophy, and really my philosophy, is why not? Why can't everybody take the test? Why do you have to be considered gifted to take the test? Why can't everybody take the test? So we start giving the test in 8th grade. And everybody, I don't care if you're in special education, take the test. Take the test. Give everyone an opportunity to take the test. There's a lot of college graduates out there that weren't classified as gifted in high school or gifted throughout their school. So we want to give everyone an opportunity. And a lot of times those are the hardest working students because they constantly have that thrive. I want to prove somebody wrong. I'm not in that little group. So those are sometimes our hardest workers that we have. We had the good fortune of 2 years ago we started with an associate's degree through Eastern Gateway. And we had 9 students that finished with 60 plus hours, and they also graduated with their associate degree and their high school diploma. 9. Last year we had 34, and we graduated here on Youngstown State's campus. So 34 of our seniors last year graduated with an associate's degree. This year, between 30, 35 again. It varies by the different classes, but their goal, I just had a conversation with a parent this morning. She's a teacher in one of our elementary schools, and she's looking at scholarships for her daughter. And she wants to go to Youngstown State, and she wants to major in music education. And she really has to take some extra courses right now in order to get that associate's degree. But she knows how important it is to do that. So Again, so we're not a big AP school. We do have AP classes, but we are more trying to get our kids associate degrees, trying to get them to take college courses. And it doesn't matter if you get maybe the associate's degree. It's just that taking those extra rigorous courses is really important to us. And where does that fall back into the state report card? Again, we know that the achievement gap, and anytime the gap closing is we know that students are up here, we got to try to get them to increase their score. Okay, we can't have everybody get 100 here, because we get over their course of their time throughout their school, from when they start taking tests, they have to be able to show that growth. So that is important. The ACT, we have ACT prep that we're trying to even look. And when I go to conferences and different things, if someone else has an idea and we think that we can fit it in and it fits into our system, we take it right now. If you give me an idea today and I think, man, that will fit right perfect with Steubenville High School, I will take that idea, and how can we work that back out? What we try to do is we try to tell we have the good fortune of having Franciscan University right in our town. We tell them when they say, hey, can we put early experience teachers in your building? How many do you want? I said, how many do you have? Why? We want those teachers to come in, those early experience teachers come in. I'll give you 2 or 3 hours in the class, but you got to give me an hour tutoring somebody. Okay? And how do we get the tutoring in? Well, guess what? You have art class 5 days a week. Until you pass that test and get a little better on that test, because that's coming up here, you're only going to have art 3 days a week. Okay, so we take some of the electives that we have, and what we do is instead of them having it 5 days, we only give it to them for 3 days. Is that punishing them? No, but in the core classes, we have to keep them in the core classes. One, because it's going to help produce higher results on the test, but also we have to have that give and take. So again, we are taking those early experience teachers. I took that. I went to a conference up in Akron, and Akron Garfield actually is where I was at. I was up there, and they were talking about that. I took that back, and I called it Big Red Helps. Why not, right? They called it like Garfield Helps or something like that. I said, yeah, it's Big Red Helps now. So I took it back with me. I took an idea. They were like, Mr. Gorman, that's a great idea. I'm like, yep, that's a great idea. I appreciate your support. But we still do that, and that was like 4 or 5 years ago. I've been the head principal for 6 years. This is my 6th year. And these ideas are not my own. These ideas and what we do is as a team, and how can we get together, and we have to work together. What is our goal? Okay, and we talk to teachers all the time about where do you fit? Okay, and I talk in my staff meeting like this once a month, and I said, it's the kids, it's the school, and you may be 3rd, you may be 5th, but you're never going to be 1st or 2nd. And they don't even balk at it now. The union doesn't say anything. No one says anything, because if you're for kids and you're for the school, then you shouldn't have to worry about where you fit into that thing. Isn't that our goal? Our goal is to get our kids better. Our goal is to make our school look better. And when they shine, I shine. And when I shine, they shine. It is I keep it simple as possible. I'm not trying to make anything difficult here. But our teachers, we have a school that's coming in on Friday, and they're down by Cincinnati. They looked at our test scores and said, you know what, we want to come in, so we have a whole day full of activities for them to, we want them to go into our classroom. We invite them to go, we encourage them to go into our classroom. We want them to talk to our teacher. How are you getting these test results? What are you doing? What are we not doing? Okay? So I think when we keep an open mind to things, and again, our philosophy is, why not? Why not? Just do it. Just do it. Keep it simple. When someone comes to me with an issue, why not? Why can't you do that? You know what I mean? Let's not put restrictions on somebody. I had a conversation on my phone on the way up here. Some guy wants to do something with geographic and social media, stuff like that. And he said, I know you're a progressive district. Are you interested in this? And I said, why not? How much is it going to cost us? It's not going to cost you anything. I said, okay, well, send me some links. Let me do a little bit of research on it. And I said, if it can work and it makes our system better, let's do it. If it promotes our kids, all right, if it promotes our kids in our school, why not do it? Okay? I think just getting everybody on board. When you talk about, if you looked at our math scores, When we first got the, and these guys would know this, when we first got the math scores before the, on the air test, and they weren't really giving us too many samples to use and all of that stuff, and it was kind of a guessing game what was going to happen or what was going to be on the test. And so our geometry teacher, he thought that like this percent was going to be probability, this was going to be this, and so then it was a guessing game. Well, now they have a lot of sample questions and different things like that. So his big thing is, and I hear him say this, and he'll say this again on Friday to the school system that's coming into our district, he's going to talk about, I think that it's going to be a certain percentage of things on the test. And when I'm teaching in class, those are the things that I'm going to stress. It's not important that you answer every single question, that you're studying every single thing. So again, strategies. What are your test strategies? With our special ed population, we do co-teaching. I hope we never go away from that. The superintendent keeps telling me that we are, hey, we're in money crunch. Everybody's money, and we're going to save some money. So now we may have to spread some of these teachers out a little bit. But right now, that has been a positive system for us for our special needs student. Having that extra teacher in the classroom, being able to pull out that teacher and go from there. So, again, thank you for having me today. I'm sure we'll be answering questions and different things like that if there's some more details. But we have also advanced careers. One thing that we do have, just before I'm finished here, but part of our advanced careers, and it really goes into state testing, it goes into ACT, is we have aviation. We started an aviation program. She is a Steubenville High School graduate. She was at our vocational school for our county. She's a pilot. Last year we had 2 pilots that graduated. They did not spend a dime, not a dime of their money to go to get licensed to become a pilot. I think we're going to have at least 2 this year. We have a big open enrollment population in Steubenville. Even though our town is small, we are able to pull from other districts. We welcome open enrollment because, as we know through funding, where they go, their money goes. So we have to be the best. And we are in constant competition with the people, not throughout the state. It's trying to get students throughout. So we have to look at innovative ways and out-of-the-box ways of pulling students into our school system. And doing that, when you're pulling those students in, you're pulling, again, the higher thinker in there. You're also pulling in better test scores because those students, for the most part, especially in advanced careers. So one of our advanced careers would be aviation. So we have we have over 100 kids, really from 7th through 12th grade in that program. Again, and they go up into the sky and fly in a plane, and it is this, I'm not going to do that, okay? My wife said, do not jump in that plane, okay? Unless it has real big and has like 50 passengers or 100 passengers in it. We have global logistics and chain supply. We have health informatics, and we have innovation and science technology. Those are the advanced careers that we have. And again, they're doing all project-based learning. We have a 3-semester schedule in Steubenville. Okay, so we start basically, this year we started August 22nd, and because we have a high population of college students, we try to stay on the college schedule. We have 7 periods a day, 7 49-minute classes a day, but we start August 22nd. Before we left for Christmas break, we took our exams, and then we are done with our first semester. When we came back on the 13th, I think it was, from Christmas, we started our second semester. And then on May 1st, we are going to be finished with our second semester. And then we have what's called a Maymester. And a Maymester, I took some classes at Franciscan, part of my master's program. The May semester, or Maymester as we call it, is about 20 days. Basically, it's a 4x4 block of 90-minute classes. It's a lot of co-teaching, but the seniors are finished at that time. The seniors are finished May 1st. So this group that we met with this morning, they have until May 1st to kind of figure it out. And we're going to give them little tips, and we're going to give them support in doing that. But they are finished. They do a senior capstone project that they have to do. They have to do so many community service hours to give back. But we are a big people in giving back to our community. So then the freshmen, sophomores, and juniors are taking mostly electives. There are some college credit plus classes in that, but those are double block. So you're sitting there for 20 days for 3 hours a day for one college class. So most of those May semester classes are project-based learning, but most of them are electives because the credit, you're only getting like a quarter credit because you don't have the seat time and different things like that. So those are just some of the things that we are about, and I'm sure if I'll stick around and answer some more questions as we go along.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.